Good morning, dear viewer. Thank you for tuning in. Again, no idea why you do such a thing. Now, how is this for an opening shot, eh? You know what this is, of course. This is like Torontopia, por supuesto. Pendejecitos, right? And we've got the usual grim-faced morning commuters and whatnot. Yo, this is CN Tower up here, right? So I've been making a series of videos, and I understand this is what I need to do. Continue with my series of videos. This is the bottom of Spadina, aka Spadina. So it says Lower Spadina. Now again, if you are, oh God, right here. I could probably zoom in with these. Let me try this out. In fact, I could probably, like, these are like special gloves. So the fingers, okay, so check this out. Oh, no, it doesn't zoom. Lower Spadina, okay, Lake Ontario, okay. If you're in Toronto, then the lake is south, okay, and then uphill, okay, if you're ever lost, like, this is like basically directions 101. Now again, this thing over here is a pointer. So the CN Tower is over there, which means that I'm approximately southeast of it, or some goddamn thing, southwest. Anyway, suffering, right? So I'm writing again about my trials and tribulations as a bipolar Muslim addict. This is my new title. Addict as in marijuana, and bipolar as in don't smoke weed if you have a goddamn mental illness, man. Seriously, like, mental health issues is what I say now, because the guy says to me, and he's right, of course, he says, if you say you have a mental illness, you have a mental illness, right? This kind of thing. And it's all true. You are what you say. So the usual, right, with the Toronto Terror Corporation, the TTC streetcar is not only going in the wrong direction, but it's out of service, right? And Bombardier, just for what it's worth, who sold us this beautiful and amazing system of billion-dollar boondoggles, these carriages, this thing. There's so much to be said about this. First of all, these guys in here, the drivers, they were like raring to go. Like, I need this job. Oh my God, my dream job. And most of them are smug-faced pricks for the most part. They can't say hi to people, so they put them in bulletproof cages because they get punched and spat at by people like myself, I might as well add, because I shouted at one of these guys once in a bus. Like, he told me to get off for giving a homeless guy a pair of glasses, right? And then I was like, yo, what the F? And I started shouting at this man. And of course, some of my spittle flew onto the TTC operator, Toronto Terror Corporation. And of course, I get charged, and I went to jail for like 12 days over some BS bogus bullshit. And my lawyer at the time was like, well, yo, rough life, rough. My lawyer was like, rough it up, asshole. Rough time. Hey, come on, slow down, asshole. Get a goddamn Uber app and make some real money, bro. Anyway, like the Good Samaritan, right? What are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do? You gotta do some goddamn thing, right? So now these talks, like, here's the thing. This is reason number one why you need to get online and create some content. Okay? First of all, just on a side note, Gary Vaynerchuk, who I am proud to say follows me on Twitter, no idea why. I don't think he watches any of this crap, by the way. But if he does, he knows he's the man, and he's gonna summarily dismiss this rambling idiot in nanoseconds. Yo, his company is now like approaching $500 million in market cap. VaynerX, and it's got like Vayner Media and like sports brands, and he's got like K-Swiss shoes, right? K-Swiss. These are not K-Swiss shoes by any stretch, guys. Speaking of which, I still got to stretch. Guys, he's got K-Swiss shoes, and on the underside of these shoes, it says things like gratitude and empathy. Okay, so why am I talking about Gary Vee? I'm talking about Gary Vee because he has created a practically $1 billion empire through the use of social media. He would be the social media guy, just like Tai Lopez is the e-commerce guy. TaiLopez.com. So if you're listening to this, then I'm assuming that you've got nothing better to do and the last 5 minutes has been worthwhile. Guys, if you're watching some of this, then I appreciate it. I'd appreciate a like, a dislike, any kind of thing, comment, whatever, right? As a marketer slash artist, okay, the thing is that you put stuff out there and then see how people respond. This is how you find out about yourself and how you find out about others. Gary Vee has a piece of content, of course, called POC, Papa October Charlie, piece of content. Yo, rough if you don't do this, guys. You gotta put something online, right? And keep doing this, keep doing this. You're gonna have people giving you weird looks and stuff like this, right? Because they're not into other people doing something that's out of the box. Speaking of these boxes, the TTC, the stuff, Bombardier is no longer in the train business. Nobody seems to be bothered by the fact that the Francois elite in Montreal effed you guys over again, Ontario, right? Just so you know, like, Justin Trudeau is the man. He's the goddamn man, right? He's gonna be your prime minister, Angleterre's, for the next 3 years. So suck it up, right? Yo, they sold this multi-billion-dollar system to these guys. Dear user, Quebec, Bombardier, okay, sold these streetcars, which we didn't need. This is my whole point. The old streetcars were fine. Just like we don't need a goddamn line going out to Scarborough or whatever the hell is going on. Eglinton, maybe. We have functioning transport vehicles operated by the Toronto Terror Corporation, aka Toronto Transit Corporation. Yo, they work just fine. Are they a bit old? Whatever. Yo, if you're English, you turn it into a selling point. This is the whole thing with, like, the creative approach to life, to marketing, to creating content. Okay, so now with England, they've got these old taxis and they are antiques. They've got these old phone boxes and they are antiques. And people come and pay homage to these goddamn things, right? And it's like the streetcars were just fine. Now, as an ex-software guy, you know, having worked for real effing corporations like Oracle and Computer Associates, sister companies, just like Venezuela y Colombia is un países hermanitas. My wife, she was telling me again that Venezuelans are coming to goddamn Colombia. I'm saying goddamn, but I shouldn't, because mi cuerpo es pakistaño, pero mi corazón es colombiano. My wife is a Colombian, right? I got a ring under here, by the way. She did her thing again, like the woman thing. Guys, I learned this in jail recently. Like, one of my cellies said this to me. I was talking about my wife, and he's a young guy. He's in there because he has swords and guns, and he's got a safe, I gotta tell you about this, and I know I'm rambling, and I want to finish up on content and Ty Lopez and Gary Vee. Just make some content, put it online, and you will get clicks at some point, as long as you are making sense, unlike myself, rambling and going in circles. But I've done this long enough. I mean, I'm having fun with this thing. Guys, here's the thing. My wife in Venezuela. Okay, so now, they're sister companies. Oracle and Computer Associate, they are sister countries, companies, etc. Okay, so now, these streetcars, Bombardier has effed Ontario over. The Francois elite, which includes the mob, the Rizzuto family. Like, people are so asleep. It's like, I have this thing, this, check it out, bit.ly/JFK-mob, capitalized. An article is getting some hits about how the mob plugged the late and great El Presidente. We got the son of a bitch. They're hugging each other up and down the goddamn East Coast, all the way out to Cali. Santo Traficante, Mayor Lansky, sorry for swearing, get her a toque, okay, you want to toughen her up, sorry for invading your privacy. So you just get on a streetcar. I didn't bring my Presto card with me, guys, but it's depressing enough that, so this is where you tap, like, to get on, and nobody does it. This is the whole thing, and it's like, they're wasting money, they're saving money, they're spending money. Guys, like, the whole thing with this system, again, very quickly, French elite, okay? People don't like our prime minister here in Canada, right? Whereas in Canada, Canadians don't like him. Like Angleterre's, like this whole thing, it goes back to 2 races, 1 confederation. And I'm a Paki. Thank you for 20 years of citizenship, or 17, or whatever it is, like 20 years plus all in. God is great. My wife, Colombiana, yo soy Pakistano. We're very grateful to be Canadians. I consider it my duty to say these kinds of things, regardless of how long it's going to take for this thing to stick. What thing? The thing of the imminent Yankee threat. Okay? If I had any brains, I would have started out 10 minutes ago talking about the imminent Yankee threat and talking about something of use or value to your user. This is going back to content creation. So Gary Vee, he says create a podcast, anchor.fm. Why? Just do it. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. We follow each other on Twitter. I'm very grateful. If you Google me, you don't need to, but ZAIDIBOY, Zaidi Boy, Zulu Alpha India Delta India. That's Zaidi. It's a name. Nobody gets it. It's my surname. It's a Paki name. Paki. Bravo October Yankee. Zaidi Boy, one word. You'll see my Twitter feed. The Liberal Party of Canada, for some unbeknownst to me reason which is unbeknownst to me, they follow me on Twitter, and so does Maclean's magazine. They unfollowed me and followed me back. By the way, I've only got hundreds of followers, not thousands or anything like this. I did have thousands at one point, but a lot of those were fake followers. The usual, a marketing guy. So why would you create content? The first reason you would create content is because if you live in the age of the internet and you're not trying to do something online,
Boulevard,
or say something or sell something online, this is just like those people that stood around while their Jewish neighbors were taken off by the Nazis to death camps. This is the way I say this, and you'll be like, that's way too much. Of course it is. Get online, get off the explicit stuff, or like do your thing, and then go watch a Gary Vaynerchuk video. Go watch Ty Lopez, Mr. E-commerce. Ty Lopez, Tango Alpha India Lopez, like Jenny. So he's Mr. E-commerce. Like, I'm the guy who calls him Mr. E-commerce, just like Gary Vee is the social media guy. Why? Because he is. He took his dad's beer and wine store, which was doing 2 to 3 million in annual revenues, like 15, 20 years ago, this kind of thing. When there was no YouTube, he started this thing called wineguy.tv or something. For 18 months, this man, right, this guy, Gary Vee, right? So he put out videos just like I'm doing right now. Now, for me, it's automatic. If you Google me again, Zaidi Boy, I'm locked out of my original Zaidi Boy YouTube channel, but I got hundreds of videos on there. This is my new channel, A Rational Muslim. Okay, my goal and my intention was to create content about Islam, this kind of thing, and this has been my life's kind of mission in terms of just letting non-Muslims know that, yo, just chill, it's all good. Like, if we had wanted to, we would have made y'all one religion. This is what God says in the Quran, according to our beliefs.
Front Street West.
Yo, CN Tower, here we go. How's this for, like, yo, the guy says, why do you keep talking about Toronto on my Zaidi Boy channel? Like the youtube.com/Zaidi Boy, ZAIDIBOY. A lot of atheist stuff on there, by the way, and like all kinds of other stuff, but I don't see any of those comments. I would appreciate it if you clicked a like or dislike here or commented. As a marketer/artist, this is what we do, and this is what you need to do. Why? Because I'm telling you why. You need to create content and put it online as a starting point. I'm not saying go to Dollarama, like Gary Vee says, and buy $100 of stuff, and then open an eBay seller's account /Amazon seller's account, and take a day or 2 or 48 hours to get your documentation verified, your passport or ID, whatever, and then sell the stuff from Dollarama on Amazon or eBay as a starting point to becoming a drop shipper doing like 40 grand a month. Like this kind of stuff that I'm saying, the problem is nobody takes it seriously. Everybody, like this guy over there with the cool swag and the Raiders jacket, the orange hoodie, yo, he has clicked on all these links. Me too, by the way, but I went down the rabbit hole, and I'm here to tell you it's all real. It's not fake.
King Street West.
What links? Make money online, MMO, Merry October, okay? My whole thing is, I'm not trying to sell you anything. My whole thing is, I've got issues, okay? Bipolar, Muslim, addict. Okay, addict meaning marijuana, okay? I have been struggling with this for 10 years. Diagnosed bipolar 2011, okay? And it's like, bit.ly/everyone is bipolar, capital first letter and hyphens. Again, the JFK article is bit.ly/JFK-mob, capitalized. The late and great El Presidente was whacked by these guys. Sam Giancana, check. Carlo Gambino, check. Yo, Joe Colombo and JFK, this is just a random aside, okay? They were killed the same way. JFK, rally, one stranger meets another stranger, some guy shoots him. Rest in peace, he's a great guy, don't get me wrong. He was actually in a love triangle with Marilyn Monroe and Sam Giancana, Mooney, aka Mooney. Like, it's like, what do you talk about, right? What do you talk about? Mooney? People don't even know about Carlo Gambino. Like, there's no, to this day on YouTube, there's nothing really about this guy. He's like the Merlin of this thing, wizard. Joe Bonanno, by the way, so-called capo di la tutti capi, he wrote this book, Man of Honor. In any case, I'm rambling, I'm going in circles here. This is what I do. And this is why I make these videos. Like, for me, this is my catharsis. This is my therapy. This is me saying F you to my wife because she doesn't have the time to listen to this rambling nonsense. Guys, there's this Soulfly song, right? The guy says, lose yourself, find yourself. Now, you must find yourself by way of others. This is key to this thing. As a
Please look right for traffic
marketer,
when exiting.
As a marketer, guys, my whole thing is I need to put stuff out there, and you must think about these things because you have a lot of stuff going on inside of you, aka thoughts and emotions. You don't meditate, right? Or do you? You don't meditate. You don't have some kind of hobby or thing that you zone into for hours or days at a time. For most people, that would be their job, but unfortunately, it's rare to find happiness at work. I'm rambling, people are listening. I need to get off and walk or something. It's like 20 minutes coming up,
Next
going around in
stop,
circles.
Richmond Street West.
Okay, so you create content. It needs to be thematic. Okay, nobody wants to hear about your cat and what kind of cheese you put on your goddamn breakfast omelet. Okay, you have some kind of interest and expertise. You have thoughts. They are original thoughts. Like this video, for example, people are gonna find it like days, weeks, months in, right? And it's like when you get that first click and that comment, or some kid in Timbuktu or some soap seller in Bangladesh is asking me about marketing his soap, this kind of thing, this will blow your goddamn mind, guys. So this is more or less the psychological perspective with regards to why you need to get online. And this is what I say to the kids, quote unquote, do something, say something, or sell something. Sell something is easy. Gary V says again, you go to Dollarama, you get a bunch of nice stuff. What stuff? Nice stuff, like this hat. This is not from Dollarama, but it just pops at you. Jerome McGinley, Calgary Flames, this kind of thing. I don't know, like I got stuff on me, but like you need to find something that jumps off the shelf at you. Take a nice picture with your iPhone 13 or 12 or 10 or something, or just grab a picture from another listing on Amazon and just put this thing on Amazon. You need to go to your UPS store, local UPS store, and talk to the guy, and this will give you the education with regards to the shipping, the logistics, like customers, and how you create an online business.
Next
essentially
stop,
is a starting point.
Queen Street West.
Yo, I did this years ago. You go to pricematrix.com and you can actually cross-sell between Amazon and eBay automatically. So there's a launch here for $19.95 on eBay, and it's selling for $29.95 on Amazon, and you can pay for the differential, this delta, the price difference. The software does it automatically, right? Pricematrix.com, and of course there's a guy, young black 18-year-old guy on YouTube, and he's making $1,000 a month or thousands a month. I mean, it's not fake stuff. The problem is, it's just like me with cigars, right? Like everybody has been programmed.
Next stop, Sullivan Street.
Everyone knows that cigarettes kill you, and at the same time, if you try and buy a goddamn cigar anywhere, I'm wondering where I am. I think I missed Queen Street. I think I may have missed Queen Street.
Yeah, you missed it by one stop.
Sorry about that. Thank you, miss. Such a nice city, eh? Thank you, miss. You're very nice. You too. Sorry. Thank you. So, very nice of you. Good Samaritano. Grazie. So anyway, I missed my stop. It happens all the time. Guys, so you basically... I'm just trying to go pick something up to eat, and then I gotta go get my goddamn... what is this thing? Like some kind of health card? Guys, again, like my point here, this is what happens with me, okay? I'm like the exception here in terms of, I'm gonna tell you what to do by showing you what, by relying on my own experience of what I've done that hasn't worked. Like, I'm rambling and going in circles. Like, the problem is that if you create content, you need to actually have some kind of theme, something like this, right? Like, basically, I can't leave this here. This thing is so horrible. Like, I'll pick up a random piece of garbage like this. I gotta do my part. Like, you gotta do your goddamn part. It's like, it's with the cigars again. I know I'm going in circles, but this is therapy for me. And if you're watching this, then that's on you. Like, shoot me a comment. Like, seriously. Like, if you're watching this and it's like, you want to see more of Toronto or hear more about sales and marketing. Right! Nowadays, everybody want to be right. They got something to right, Detroit, right. Anyway, so yeah, I just got out of jail, and so I've got all this pent-up energy. I'm glad to report that. You know, I'm not smoking weed, thank God, right? Anyway, you got to do what you can, right? It's a beautiful city, and people don't do these kinds of things because everyone, myself included, we're all programmed, okay? We're all programmed, and it's like Alex Becker. He's the third guy I prop, by the way, on online. Like, my three go-to guys: Alex Becker, and then it's like Ty Lopez and Gary Vee. So if you're interested in this whole thing of creating content / making money / what the F, right? The problem is, it's like the cigars. Again, I'll go into a convenience store. There's CN Tower again, right? So you always know where you are. Like, I'm northwest of downtown, like that place down there, right? Okay, and so I'll get a pack of rolling papers, zigzags, right? And I'll get a cigar, like any cigar. Like, it looks fancy or it looks cheap depending on like your mindset, but none of that's important. What's important is you don't have chemicals. What's important is that you don't have cancer causing things. Like, stuff like this bothers me. Like, this is another city contract which is total shit, right? Whoever paid for this crap, like, he must have done his due diligence. But this kind of stuff, it's a racket. Like, I was reading this book in jail, okay? It was about Miami back in the day, and probably today, and it's all a racket. Like, city contracts. And then city councillors. Here in Canada, it's much better. It's not as corrupt as the States, I would like to think. But it's like this Bombardier thing, right? They sold them a multi-billion-dollar, multi-decade program because, coming from a background of computer associates and Oracle, the problem is that now that Bombardier is out of the goddamn train business, who's going to fix these stupid things if they break down, if and when? It's like a big FU, right? So again, the French mob, aka the Rizzutos, I might as well talk about this. No one's going to care. Like, some random guy rambling like 10 years after Joe Bonanno, or 20, 30, 40 years after he wrote his book, Man of Honor, which is now appearing online as an audiobook and things like this. I mean, this is ancient history. The French mob runs this country. The French mob, right? That's why the prime ministers are always French. Okay, so Brian Mulroney, Babe Comeau, Francois, he used to talk like a goddamn gangster. This thing, that thing, right? Anyway, I'm rambling, and I'm going to wrap this up under half an hour. Like, I don't want to go around the corner. There's too much noise. I might as well pretend that I'm promoting McDonald's. Like, yo, like, again, a racket. What is it? It's like you have this big friendly clown, so you're attracting the kids, and it's like you're gonna kill them with sugar, right? It's all like the opposite. Like, I want to write a book so bad, and I've been talking about it for years. The law of opposites. It's the opposite of what you expect and what you know to be true. Like, things are not just not as they appear, they are often the opposite of what they appear. Okay, so going around in circles. So go to Dollarama, get some stuff, put it online. That's A. Alex Becker, just watch his stuff in terms of a YouTuber, in terms of like a business guy. He does like 2 million a month, this kind of thing. The problem, again, is that you get cigars and it's like people give you these weird vibes, right? And they'll sell you cigarettes, okay? You get a cigar, you cut it open, you roll it like the old days, and you honor this stuff, and it's a nice little ritual. You spend less money because one cigar is gonna last you days, as opposed to marketing, like Philip Rothmans or whatever, Philip Morris and Rothmans and all these guys, cowboy boots on their like boardroom tables, and they're sitting there with cowboy hats on, literally some of these guys, smoking cigarettes in their corporate headquarters, killing people, just like McDonald's, right? Did somebody say McDonald's? Did somebody say we're gonna kill you? Like, that's big business. They will kill you. They will kill you dead. You're a piece of meat. You're worth about 10 years and 10 grand. And then you die, or you get smart and you're dead. Like, and then in the meantime, they're going in the back door of all kinds of countries and just, that's what they do. That's what a corporation does, right? So you want to work for these nice corporations. Me too. I used to work for Oracle. Okay, what's Oracle? It's your goddamn face. If you're watching this on your phone, then Oracle's on your phone. They acquired Java, Sun Microsystems, in 2010 when I was there. Yeah, I was working there in 2010. Uncle Larry and all his executives, they come out with these badges saying, we're hiring. Like, so software as a service, like these guys, Salesforce.com. That guy, Mark Benoit, he was ex-Oracle, and now he has a billion-dollar company. Anyway, I'm rambling and going in circles. My whole point here is get online, say something, do something, or sell something. I've talked about the sell something. Shoot me a comment or don't shoot me a comment. At this point, I'll say again, this is my therapy. This is me just letting off some steam. I wanted to talk about suffering and how after spending 50 days in jail for uttering threats, because this is Canada, and what are you gonna do? If you man up in Canada, you're gonna go to jail. And this is great because it's training. It's training, right? When you go to jail, it's like a meditation retreat for X number of days. Okay, you hunker down, you work out, you read books, you read the Bible, you read the Gospel of John, right? And you learn that Jesus is a gangster. I will talk about this one day. All right, CN Tower over now. I'm rambling. I want to cut this short underneath 30 minutes. Like, these are the kinds of things that you do, right? Have a theme, go and blog, or go to anchor.fm, start a podcast. Okay, do different things. Now, you are on Facebook and I've got like over 3,000 to 4,000 followers or friends on Facebook. And I'm the guy telling you it's all total shit. Like, these so-called friends, they're all shit. What you want is to reach out to strangers. This is the whole thing, right? You reach out to strangers, you put yourself out there, and then you get some kind of validation and or response. Okay, so we'll talk about this later. Thanks for watching. See you later. Call your mom, the usual.